Yeah, real late. Hot 97, my guy, Smokepurpp in the building.
Smokepurpp in the building, yes sir.
How you been, man?
Man, I've been good. I've been working, man, on these projects. You know, I got Lost Planet coming out 4/19. I just
That's
been working.
the EP?
Yeah, that's the EP.
Okay.
I've been shooting videos. I just got off tour. I went on a I wouldn't say world tour because I didn't go to Asia, but I went to Asia right before, so world tour.
So you've been to a lot of places recently.
I went everywhere, bro.
And what
Everywhere.
and what's the reaction like to Smokepurpp around the world?
I'm not gonna lie, it's crazy. It surprises me because like I go to like Poland and like I go to like all these countries where they don't speak our language and they know my lyrics word for word, and like the venues are packed out, 3,000 cap, and I'm like, damn, it's crazy.
It's been a good grow for you too, because like a lot of people have like a big spike these days. Everyone gets really hot on them on social, and then the music starts coming, and it feels like the momentum dies down to some degree. It feels like with you, it's been a good, steady build, and it feels like these days, at first a lot of people included, you were involved in like stories and trolling and things like that.
Right, but I never really was trolling.
But these days it feels like though you're just an artist and the music's coming out and it's speaking for itself.
Yeah, especially I think it's because like, for me, it's really like quality over quantity. I only have 2 projects out, you know what I'm saying? Like I only have Dead Star 1 and Bless Your Trap with Murder Beats. So I like keeping people on edge too. And I think like that's a big part of it.
And you have Coachella this weekend.
Yeah. Me, Pump, and Gucci will be co-headlining the stage on Coachella.
I mean, how crazy is that?
That's crazy.
And how did that come together exactly?
I mean, me and Pump, we were always cool with Gucci. Like, he gave us 1017 chains, the CEO chains. Like, let's just say CEO
Really?
on the back. Yeah.
When did he do that?
This was like over a year and a half, probably, maybe 2.
Wow.
Maybe a year and a half. He gave us 1017 chains. And like this year, it just came about that we were just like, yo, let's make a super group, like on some Migos type deal. And like,
you and Pump have been close forever.
Yeah,
for
me and
long
Pump like pretty much grew up together. Like
Right.
we lived on the same block. And it just like, we just did the deal and it just happened. Gucci Gang. So when we do drop the project, it's gonna be like Gucci Gang featuring this artist, Gucci Gang featuring this artist.
So you're really keeping it together as Gucci Gang being a thing.
Like a real, like we're all still our own individual artists, but we have Gucci Gang.
How often do you talk to Gucci? Does he impart wisdom on you?
A lot, cause I'm signed to Todd Moskowitz and he's signed to Todd Moskowitz, and Todd is his manager too. So, you know what I'm saying. So we're really close.
Now, what else do you have? Because you were saying you have a plan. It goes beyond the EP. So you have the EP the 19th.
I have the EP the 19th. We're working on the Gucci Gang tape, and then I have my album. I wouldn't say it's my debut because I have Death Star 1, but pretty much it is because
Official.
it's my first official album, like as an established artist.
Would you say that things have exceeded your expectations? Like, did you think that this is the spot you'd be in April 2019?
Man, hell no, I thought I was never gonna make it a hot 97. Nah, for real. But yeah, it did exceed my expectations. But I'm glad, like I'm happy I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did something change in you at some point though, where like, I don't know if it's a matter of taking it more seriously or people taking you more seriously, but it did seem like sort of your reputation at some point changed, or maybe just the seriousness with which people took you changed. Did you feel that at all or no?
Yeah, I think at first, maybe I feel like at first I was like, the tracks that I was dropping was more like for the internet, like for the people that were listening to my music. And once I started expanding, like making like actually rapping and actually like, telling like people about myself and like stuff like that, I feel like it kind of grew more because it was like, oh man, like he's really saying some shit. You know what I'm saying? You
also seem, considering your name is Smokepurpp, and how early it is in the day, you seem very clear-headed and together. Have you upped the level?
Oh yeah, man, I'm sober.
Really, stone sober?
Yeah, I mean I smoke weed and shit like that, but I cut everything else off.
How long has that been?
4 months.
Wow. How much of a difference do you feel 4 months not on any of that stuff?
I feel way different. Like I could tell like my mind was clouded before, like with bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could curse, my fault.
You're okay. Just try not to overdo.
Yeah. I could tell my mind was like fogged up before. You know what I'm saying? Like I was on that shit every day. And it wasn't just like I was on this or that. Like it was like I was on this, and that.
And
like every day, you know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, and I just cut it all off. I feel like I had to.
And was there any particular inspiration for doing that? Or was it just a matter of like, I'm tired of not feeling clear?
Man, it was just a matter of like, I'm tired of like not being able to feel happy without this stuff. Like feeling dependent on this stuff. That's really what it was like. I was like, damn, like it just came to a point where I was like, why can't I be happy? Why can't I be happy without this? You know what I'm saying? And that's when it all like, I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go sober.
Was it challenging at first?
Oh yeah, cause like, especially with like the making music part, cause I started making music like kind of late in my life, and when I started making music, I was doing drugs before I was making music. So when I stopped, it was kind of like, damn, can I even like make music without the drugs? You know what I'm saying? That was the hardest part.
Because you get into it. That's the thing about addiction is that you're in a rhythm. It's
Yeah.
like this is what I do when I do this.
Yeah, and the other thing is like I didn't rap and then start doing drugs. I sold drugs and then I started rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like not even to sound like that. I don't want it to sound like that because that's not me. I don't do that no more. Not like that. But that was like a big part of it. So when I started making music, I was already like out my mind. Like I was high as shit, and that was the hardest part. Like, you know, learning the whole process all over, but sober. So.
And now do you have a different process? Like now have you gotten into a groove of what you do in the new version?
Yeah, man, I got my jewel. You know what I'm saying? I got my jewel. I smoke some weed.
What flavor you want on the jewel?
Man, I have tobacco, but I like mango. But I got
Now, I'm
tobacco.
gonna tell you something right now. If you were to try to walk through these streets in New York and get yourself a mango jewel,
Oh, yeah, like $50, $40.
they'll
It's
get you
just
for
crazy.
$30 in Manhattan.
It's like, that's what the jewel costs.
It's
crazy, like.
it's crazy out here.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just been doing like what I do. I had launched the Gucci Gang label probably like 2 years ago. I had signed my first artist, Richie Samo, and then I just launched another label, Death Star the label, and this is my new artist that I signed, TTOKT.
TTOKT, what up, man? In the cut.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Coachella, an EP. You just were all around the world. Your personal life seems pretty good.
Yeah,
You're sober.
yeah.
Where are you living most of the time right now?
I live in LA. I'm actually in the process of moving though.
Moving to somewhere else altogether, or just different place in LA?
Man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to move back to Miami or if I just want to move to, because I lived in a condo, or if I just want to move to a house in LA. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know about going back to my hometown, you know, like just seeing like all this shit like has been happening and stuff like that. I don't think it's a smart idea. You know what I'm saying? So I think I might just stay in LA.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who find that, you know, once they start doing the music, then there's a lot of benefit to being in LA, both from a work standpoint and from just a sort of being removed a little bit standpoint.
Right.
Do you feel that your generation of artists are in a transitional period? Like people were waiting to see who was legitimate, who was making actual good music.
I feel like we're at the moment where we're about to see like who's really gonna be here and who's really not about to make it. I feel like we're right at that point right now.
I think that's
You know
what
I'm
I
saying?
think too.
And it's already happened. I'm already seeing it happen. You know what I'm saying? To like a few people, and it's like, it's gonna suck, but it is what it is.
Well, at some point, it kind of makes sense because at first, like, the SoundCloud rapper thing is a real thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are people who get really popular and a lot of streams. And then at some point, for those who want to take it to the next level, it's a matter of, okay, who can sell hard tickets to a concert?
Exactly.
Who can sell hard copies of an album and have people who are paying for streams? And if you're
Exactly.
dead serious about the music, ultimately, if you want to do that as a profession, you have to be able to do that part.
And you have to be able to be real. You have to be able to have like people that relate to what you're saying. Also, you know what I'm saying. And there's not a lot of that going on.
And how do you think that people relate to you? Like, what do you think it is about your content that people
Man,
can relate to?
from the whole. So let's take it back to like the concept of Death Star 1. I'm just really talking about being fucked up. I'm talking about like being fucked up on drugs, like what that caused in my life, all the bullshit it caused in my life. Don't get me wrong, I got songs there too that are like, you know, just club stuff, you know, I threw that in there too, but like, you know, I got To the Moon, Purgatory, R.I.P. Max. Like I'm really talking about like my life, you know what I'm saying? And I think people could relate to that. Like there's a lot of people that go through like drug shit or like, you know, lose family members and like stuff like that. And I think like if you're not if your music doesn't have actual content, it's not gonna last. You know what I'm saying? That's like at the end of the day, that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter who you are. If you're not talking about some, it's not going anywhere.
Were you taken aback like everyone else was at the murder of Nipsey Hussle?
Was I what?
I said, were you taken aback like everybody else was when you found out about?
Yo, man, when I found out about that shit, I was like, damn, bro. That was at his store, bro. I was at his store at the Marathon. It's crazy, man. Like, the one dude who was really, like, telling us, like, you know, invest in assets. You know, do what you're supposed to do. Like, it's crazy. Like, why? I don't know. It's still hard for me to take in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, like, that was the neighborhood hero. You know what I'm saying? That was the neighborhood hero for Slauson and Crenshaw and all the, you know, it's crazy. All of LA. Let me just say all of LA, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a reach, but really.
No, it's true. I think you probably realized it right when you got to LA. Like, I mean, anytime I spent time in LA over the years, even during times when he didn't have a project that nationally people were talking about, you would still hear Nipsey all the time.
You still hear Nipsey on it. Yeah, exactly.
Like, it didn't matter. And I was like, damn, they really rep for Nipsey no matter what, you know? And that's just on a musical level. And then, yeah, from what you were saying, from an empowerment level and getting people to understand their finances level and uplift the community level, it's just, I don't know, man. It creates such a huge void to fill.
And it sucks that, like, it had, this is what had to happen for people to start realizing, like, what he was saying meant something. Like, why, you know what I'm saying? That sucks, because it's like, you guys should have been known you should be investing your money. Like, you guys should have been known, like, you should be owning your music. You guys should have been known, you know what I'm saying? And that's the worst part.
And yeah,
R.I.P. Nip.
And he was on it for such a long time. I didn't even realize, because I started hearing it from him like 5-6 years ago, but I didn't realize that he was on it years before that. Like, I saw an interview with him from years and years ago and didn't realize how long he'd really been on that path. So how are you doing with your money financially? Are you mindful of your expenditures?
Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Man, the first big check I got, I blew that shit. Like, I blew that shit. I'm keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I blew that shit. And then, you know,
Jewelry.
I started getting more big checks, you know.
Right.
I got my M's up, you know what I'm saying? Got my M's up, and, like, I invest in shit. I have 2 labels, Gucci Gang, you know what I'm saying? I own Gucci Gang. And Dead Star, the label, which I just launched, and I'm signing artists.
So now you've turned it and you're reinvesting in yourself, and then you can invest in other artists.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have Gucci Gang, like, it's like I have a partnership with another label. And then Dead Star, it's still an independent label, but, you know, we have offers, like, people that want to do partnerships and stuff like that. And, no, I'm definitely going to invest into some more stuff. I just don't know exactly what I want to do, but, like, I think for right now, like, what I'm doing is...
No, that's a good start. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Yeah, you got some time to figure it out. 20. Shawnee, had you invested into a lot when you were 21? No, I still haven't. I still haven't particularly invested very well, and I'm turning 40.
I was investing in, you know, my weed habits.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Some
fun
small
gas.
investments.
Yeah, 40 here and there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that counts. I mean, I have my own weed strain also. I have my own THC.
He's upgraded.
Shawnee, did you have a weed strand when you were 21?
I have
in my room on my desk. It
Right,
was
like
a
no,
weed
that's
strain.
just weed.
When
That's
I
one
stopped-
strand of weed.
When I stopped sipping lean, I also launched like a THC syrup line, and it's like, you know, it's in most dispensaries that are legal across the U.S.
So if you're gonna sip, you could sip on something that's THC.
If you're gonna sip, you know, it could be THC. It don't gotta be that. You know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be codeine. So I have that. I forgot to say that. I have that too.
Damn, how that must still get you very high though.
Yeah, I don't really. Nah, I'm not gonna say I don't drink it too much. I be drinking it sometimes when I'm in LA.
So what do you do? Mix it up with? You
still.
still mix it up with like soda or something else?
Yeah, but that shit, it's like
It's a body
it's
high.
pretty much like an edible. Like, I don't like being that high.
Yeah,
You know what
you're
I'm
not.
saying?
That's okay to admit that you don't want to do edible high all the time, because edible high is a commitment.
It's too much.
Like, sometimes I don't want to be high. Well, like all the time, I don't want to be high for 2 days.
Like, if I would have smoked before coming to this interview, before any of the interviews I've been doing, I know I would sound stupid as fuck. Cause, like, since I had stopped for like 4 months, when I started smoking again, that shit just gets me smacked. I just get smacked. Like, if it's my first time smoking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, trust me, you could be.
You become a lightweight.
yeah, exactly.
That's sort of the beauty of it, is that if you really slow down, you become,
Off a few poses, you
one
be
hitter
like,
quitter.
I'm
That's all
good.
you need to
Yeah,
do.
You be like, I'm good. I know what to do with it.
Because that's the thing.
Right.
With rappers at first, I feel like there was always such a pressure to be like, you have to smoke blunt after blunt.
Right.
And I've watched artists before, and I'm like, this is too much weed. You are too high. You don't even know what high is anymore.
Right, you just keep going.
Like you've been
At a point, shit really just stopped getting you high. It just chills you out.
right.
You know what I'm
This
saying?
shit
Like,
normal.
Or
now.
you're maintaining normal.
right now, if I smoke, I'm like, damn, I'm high as fuck.
Right. Well,
You
which
know,
is
so-
kind of how it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
Like it's
I'm saying
not.
that's the best part about
That's
it.
the thing, especially like in the '90s, all the way up until recently. It was like, no, you have to literally smoke blunts all day. Like even when I first started here, everyone was coming in. Like then everyone wanted to outsmoke Wiz. Like how can I smoke as much as Wiz?
Right.
Wiz had to smoke as much as Snoop.
That's why I keep the jewel though. So if I feel like I gotta smoke something, I just hit the jewel and
Right. Although we don't know what the jewel. We don't know the chemicals that are in that jewel yet. They can't.
You're
They have
right.
not done research yet on the jewel. But I mean,
You're right.
I'm sure it's better than cigarettes. I'm very
Exactly.
confident about that.
Exactly.
But I am concerned about what
I'm
else
not
they
gonna
put
lie.
in there.
The worst part is that I never really used to smoke cigarettes, but I started smoking the jewel.
See,
You know what I'm saying? I never smoked cigarettes, but I started hitting the jewel.
See, this is the problem. If you Google health issues and Juul, they don't have any documented information yet. So all it will say is it's good for people who are smoking and don't want to smoke.
Yeah.
But it's bad because it gets people who never smoked
I think
into smoking.
that's why they took the flavors off the market. Cause like,
Yeah, they're trying to pull back because all these kids want to do mango.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like who doesn't like the taste of mango? So
delicious.
they see 16-year-olds are going out there, so they're gonna have to tighten that up.
16, man.
Yeah.
Younger, bro. I got little cousins, bro, that got jewels, bro.
And they're like what, like 13, 14?
12, 13.
See, that's not good.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
They
blowing
just, in middle school,
mango
they just
smoke.
go to the bathroom, link up, hit the jewel in the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And see, that's gonna send them now to a place where one day they're like, let me try a cigarette and see what that's like.
Right.
So that's the problem. It was supposed to get people off of cigarettes, but it's getting kids onto cigarettes. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's. I
use it like a vape. You know, I see it as
Right.
a vape, but it
well,
is
for you
that is
also,
what it is though.
But even though you weren't smoking cigarettes, excuse me, you were doing other bad things that it's replacing.
exactly.
So you're not replacing cigarettes, but you are replacing lean. You are replacing other habits you had.
things
this
that
is
calm me down. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's still, while it's still an addictive vice, it's probably still for you a good replacement as opposed to anything's better than lean. I mean, almost anything.
Like, I don't know if you remember when we did the season premiere,
Mm-hmm.
I came with a double cup.
Yep,
I came with a double cup, literally.
I remember.
yeah.
That was like probably 7-8 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely better than that, man. Listen, we all have vices. It's about picking the least evil of them all. All right, so the EP is out the 19th. Gucci Gang headlining Coachella. There are M's.
Sir.
There are abundant M's everywhere. There's investments. There's 2 labels. Things are good right now for Smokepurpp.
Things are good. Things are great, man.
Yo, listen, I'm happy to see that. Glad to see you so clear. I enjoyed interviewing you the first time, but now you seem like you're in even a better space than you were, and I do believe you're going to be one of the cats who lasts when this whole thing settles down and we find out who's who. I feel good about Smokepurpp.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that coming from you.
Smokepurpp, real late, Hot 97.